loan. You understand? How do you know it's a loan? Because there's a penalty if you don't pay them. So that's called interest. So anytime you have a penalty or interest, a loan is involved in your money. So you're loaning the banks and the government's money. They give you a small percentage back and act like they're doing you a favor. And then you go, woo, I got a tax refund. No, means again, fund means money. So a tax refund is simply your money again. This ain't hard, people. Getting rich ain't hard. What's hard is your head. What's hard is waking up every day and shifting the mindsets of the individuals who need to know this stuff and don't have a vehicle to walk them through it step by step. So this is the easy part. Let me prove something to you real quick, okay? Let me prove something to you real quick. Everything I'm talking about, I'm going to show you in black and white. So you don't have to go do any research. The IRS website states, Mr. Russell, back in 2018, years ago, after filing tax returns, many people put taxes far out of their mind. However, taxpayers who receive a large tax refund this year should think about their finances again. And the sooner, the better. Should think about their taxes again. And the sooner, the better. The IRS urges taxpayers to visit the withholdings calculator. Now, let's stop for a minute. Kim, the IRS put on their website that we encourage you to rethink your taxes, and the sooner, the better. Now, Brian didn't make this up. Back in 2018, they said, here's a link. Put in your withholdings and just make sure your finances are coming at you the right way. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yolanda, watch this now. Watch this, Ms. Whitfield. I'm going to skip down to the blue. Most taxpayers receive refunds averaging $2,800. Taxpayers who receive larger refunds could receive their money throughout the rest of the year rather than waiting to file their taxes or their tax return next year. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but I swear a short 5'8", and give me my half, 5'8" and a half, bald head, chocolate gentleman just said, why don't you look at how you overpaying taxes so that if you get your money up front, because means again and fund means money, so a tax refund is simply your money coming back. So I wake up every day and fight grown people who've been taught for the past 30 years to get a refund. I can show you this document from 2018. I'm gonna show you another one from 2013. I'm gonna show you another one from 10 years ago. You still not gonna believe me. Why? Because the refund is what's called a forced savings. That means you really like the fact that you overpaid, because most people don't have the discipline to save and invest their money. So they rather give the government free money. The government invested. How do we know they invested? Because anytime you have interest, there's an investment attached to your money. There's no other way to make money passively if interest is not involved. The only way to have interest is if a lender and a borrower are involved. Well, in this case, you're the lender getting no return on your money. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not in the business of lending money and then not getting no return on my money. Well, if you get a tax refund, that's exactly what you're doing. You're lending your money and then they give you a percentage of it back. Then guess what? That's taxable income. Then guess what? You're in such dire straits, you file rapid refund. Then guess what? Because you file rapid refund, the business owner made more money, a percentage on the fact that you had to file rapidly. Then guess what? Because you file rapid refund, you take your tax refund and pay off all the debt you got in because you're getting a refund. Ooh, Miss Serena, they did a number on us. They did a number on us. So I get a refund, give away free money to the government. Then I file rapid refund because I need my refund rapidly. and I need my refund rapidly because I got some debt I'm trying to get out of. So I give the banks all this interest and get my refund rapidly. But what got me the debt is the fact that I'm getting a refund. Boy, this country's slick. Y'all hear me? I ain't bashing the country. I live in America. Now, I may have some houses overseas, but my base is here. My family's here. So I'm not bashing the country. What I'm bashing is this old, outdated education system that got y'all thinking that a tax refund is a good thing. Okay. All right. I digress. Let me just prove it to you. The next page at the bottom states, this calculator will help you navigate each tax situation to make sure the amount withheld best fits the need of every taxpayer. It can help taxpayers decide if getting more money in each check could make more financial sense than getting a refund. So hold on. So they give you this link on the IRS website. It's called a withholdings calculator. They know good and hell well that most Americans ain't gonna click on it. But their job is to relieve themselves of their guilt. Hey, they ain't gonna click on it. So I tell you what, let's get on the withholdings calculator. They ain't gonna click on it. But really and truly, if they did and they put their numbers in, they can decide whether getting their money now or getting their money later is better for their family. That's what it's saying. I'm just reading what the IRS gave you on their site years ago. Oh, okay. Hold on. Ralph, check it out. Adjusting your withholdings amount now can also prevent having too little taxes withheld, which could result in an unexpected bill next year. See, that's for all y'all scaredy cats. See, Kim, there's some people right now that's scared. Wait a minute, Brian. If I get my money up front, I'm going, oh. Y'all put this in your notes, please. You owe anyway. All of us owe. See, that's the trick that a broke person taught you. I said it. That's a trick that a broke person taught you. I owe taxes every year. Owing is not a bad thing, but I owe a lesser amount than if y'all had taken it from me at your rate. You owe anyway, people. See, what you're going to learn about finances over these next 5 weeks I'm going to show you is terminology and perspective is what runs your life. So when you hear a person say, man, I ain't get my money up front because then I'm owe. You owe now because you owe. The reason you know you owe, because they're taking it out of your check. So that means you owed them. They're going to take it out your check in 2 weeks because you owed them. They're going to take it out your check next month because you owed them. They're going to take it out your check for the next 10 years because you owed them. I'd rather owe, but owe less. And I'd rather tell you how much I owe than you reach in my check and tell me how much you think I owe. Y'all don't get it. We all owe. So some of y'all think that what I'm about to show you about getting your money up front is going to cost you financially. No, it's actually costing you to get your money next year. Ain't nobody going to teach you this. Ain't nobody teaching you this. But I digress. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Brian, how do I get my money up front? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's this secret form called a W-4. And it's not really a secret. It's just hidden in plain sight. Look, I went older on y'all. Back in 2015, you know what this W-4 said? Purpose. Complete Form W-4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal taxes from your pay. Here's the magic. This is the magic, Mr. Russell. Consider completing Form W-4 each year, and when your personal or financial situation changes. Hold on now. Let's be crystal clear, Mr. Ivory. I didn't make the form up. Okay? I didn't make the form up, Ms. Marshall. Lynn, the form says, consider completing a new Form W-4 each year and when your personal and financial situation changes. So the members of Extra Digit are putting on a 5-week course to show you these little fine nuances. And you still gonna get off this webinar and go, I gotta do some research. I just read the IRS form to you. Brian, what's the W-4? The W-4 is the form that you filled out 20 years ago when you got your job. The W-4 is the form that y'all filled out a year ago when you got your job. But you were trained, don't owe taxes. By no means. Put 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, so you won't owe. That's the bad advice you got years ago. And you've been putting 0 ever since. And that's why you got $0. My job ain't to make you feel good for the next 5 weeks. My job is to wake you up and give you a third eye for the next 5 weeks. You've been putting 0 so long, that's why most Americans are broke. They got $0. Okay, all right. Sean T, watch this, watch this. Sean said, wow, watch this. Okay, Brian, that's an old form. That's an old form. What's going on recently? That's the old W-4 from 2015. No, I'm just trying to show y'all how the form don't change. They change the format. Every president come in and feel like they want to change the format. Okay, let's look at 2022. Oh, this time, I'm sorry. Instead of them putting it on the front of the form, they put it on the back. Look, man, purpose of form W-4. Okay, this ain't magic, y'all. All right, Marcella, look at this. We would generally, complete the new Form W-4 when changes to your personal or financial situation would change the entities on the form. In other words, complete this anytime something happens to you. This is page 2 of the form. Back in the day, 2015, they had it on page 1. But you know what they know? They know most people ain't gonna read. So that's why your boy is here. That's why Extra Digit is here. They know you ain't gonna read. God forbid you're gonna read the back of the form, because your grandmother and mother and father and grandfather told you, whatever you do, don't you owe no taxes. So go put zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now you might have $0 when it's over, but put zeros on that form. Okay. Before I go, let me just ask y'all a question. Say me if you had an epiphany so far, just about your finance and taxes. Just come off mute, hit the space bar and say me. Let me just make sure. Me. Me. See, I had some people, Miss Sharon, tell me, see, Brian, the funny thing about what you do, it just ain't sexy. You know, finances just don't have that sizzle. I mean, let me censor myself. Finances ain't sexy. You know how sexy it is when you a millionaire? Yeah. You know how sexy it is when the bank giving you 1% interest because your net worth and your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet so cold and your debt is so low and your tax is so low and your trust fund is so locked and your cash flow is so positive. You know how sexy that is? See, the problem with most of y'all watching is because the conversation is about the T word, taxes, you tuned out because they want you to tune out and not think that your own money is sexy. So you rather go do weight loss. You rather be on a travel Zoom. You rather be on a fitness seminar. Because you trying to get sexy physically and can't even afford the gym dues. This water. My job for the next 5 weeks ain't to make you feel good. My job for the next 5 weeks is to give you a third eye and give you perspective. I'm not going to waste your time telling you stuff to make you feel good. Most Americans can't even pay the gym dues, but they're trying to get sexy. What's sexy is your net worth. Okay? They used to call me black and crispy. Now they call me chocolate. There's a difference. There's a difference. All right? Now, watch. They just change the form every year. But it's the same. Y'all, it's the same, Miss Evans. Miss Howard, it's the same. What's up, Sonia? It's the same. The form is the same. Look. Let me show you what happened to a friend of mine, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna have some members of Extra Digit who've adjusted their W-4. I only want to hear tonight. I want Extra Digit to hear me good. Let me look in your eye real quick. The only testimony you're gonna give is the part of your W-4. Yes, we eliminate debt. I know that. You can tell me that part too. Yes, we restore your credit, but that ain't about tonight. We're gonna say that for next Thursday. Yes, we invest. We're gonna save that. Tonight, I want Extra Digit to tell people what the W-4 adjustment did for you and how you put it to work. Let me give y'all something real quick. New people, pay attention. I got a friend of mine. She's been teaching 20 years, high school students. I told her about her W-4 adjustment. Her paycheck, because she adjusted her W-4, increased. Brian, how will her check on her job increase? Here's why. The form said, should your circumstances change, come change this form. She still had that she was single. She'd been married 15 of the 20 years. She still had that she didn't have any children. She had 2 children for 10 of the 20 years on the job. So her W-4, because we're blind and don't read simple lines that they know you're not going to read, that's why we here, it cost her $90,000 in overpayment of taxes. Now, I don't care if you curse or not, do me a favor, come off mute and just say damn. If you, it ain't nothing, just say damn.
Damn.
Wow. Evan, the reason I'm having you say damn is because that's you. Y'all been on your job 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You ain't looked at this form since you got hired. Now, I'm gonna teach you this in the next 1 of the 5 weeks. There's a wealth principle called lost opportunity cost. Lost opportunity cost. What that means is some wealthy people, we call it the future value of money. Anytime you hear those are the same. Those are twins, right? Some say lost opportunity cost, some say the future value of money. What that means is, had she had the $90,000 because she would have changed the form to married and changed the form to 1 child and changed the form to 2 children, 10, 15, 20 years ago, she would have $90,000 more. But it's not 90,000, guys. The future value of money states that had she had the money in an interest-bearing account, 6 to 8%, she would have $340,000 to $400,000. So the government and her lack of knowledge robbed her of $500,000 or $250,000 to $500,000. Some of y'all still gonna get off this webinar tonight and you still not gonna get with the person who invited you, where we show you how we turn that money into millions. We got people buying land, we got people buying homes, we got people getting out of debt, we got people buying cars with cash, we got people with 7-figure net worths, and you're gonna let this form and your ego keep you from contacting the person who showed you this video. It's this form and your ego that's gonna stop you from getting wealthy. Period. My job is to show you what you're missing. Now, watch before we go. Robert Refund and Angela Adjustment are 2 different people. Let's say I'm hard-headed. I'm Mr. Robert Refund. And you smart, you Angela adjustment. Robert refund gets taxed $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. You take the $6,000 a year, and because he's taking a refund times 10 years, and he's gotten about $60,000 worth of refunds. That's most Americans. I want y'all to make sure that you put this in your notes. Robert is most people. He got a refund. He's been doing it forever. He get taxed $500 a month. He been overpaying that amount. So he getting 60 grand back over the course of 10 years. Now, Angela adjustment getting taxed too. But Angela says, you know what? I'm gonna get my money up front for my 10 years and I'm going to invest it because I'm getting it and I can put it to work for me. Angela got $91,000. Now you tell me, I don't know about y'all, but I want my extra $31,000 for the simple fact that compound interest, the eighth wonder of the world, can be working for me while I'm working. To everybody watching, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, I don't care how old you are. Let me give you some encouragement. Compound interest makes up for all your mistakes. Brian, I wish I had learned this 20 years ago. Don't worry about it. You learned it when you were supposed to learn it. Don't beat yourself up. Let compound interest make up for your mistakes. I made a whole bunch of mistakes in my 20s, but I got so much compound interest coming in right now. Oh, it's catching up fast. See, don't worry. Let God, let the universe, let math, let compound interest, let the eighth wonder of the world worry about your age gap. And stop beating yourself up that you don't know this stuff when you're young, because nobody knew this stuff when they was young, or we'd have been doing it. The institutions, the universities, the colleges, they hide this stuff from you so they can get you to pay more tax dollars at the job. This is a fact. So don't beat yourself up. Now, beat yourself up after the night if you still running out here getting a tax refund and you could have been putting that money to work. Everybody type in the comments, say, let's put it to work. That's the difference between Robert and Angela. Type in the comments, let's put it to work. Now, a lot of us been working longer than 10 years. Watch me fly through this. Robert, same $500. Robert, same $6,000 a year. Robert, same $6,000 a year for 15 years. Robert had 90 grand. You know why? Compound interest ain't working in Robert's favor, because all he doing is putting the money back on some debt. And then next year, he gonna say, I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, Angela say, my $500 gonna work for me for 15 years at 8%. Oh, Angela got $173,000. You guys see the math. Let's keep going. 500 a month for Robert, 6,000 a year, 6,000 a year for 30 years. Oh, Robert got 180 grand. Angela said, shoot, give me my money up front. I work for it. I watched the webinar with Mr. Bean. I can adjust my W-4. I ain't looked at it in forever. 30 years, 8%. Oh, Angela got $745,000. See, big difference. See, up top in scenario one, y'all was like, oh man, come on, Brian, 60,000, 91,000. Yeah, see, you haven't learned the future value of money. That's why most people broke. They don't know lost opportunity costs. They don't know the future value of money. They don't know wealth principles. But what about that 30-year period that most of y'all been working, where Angela got $745,000 and Robert got 100 something? You want to talk about that scenario? See, 180,000 versus 745,000. That's life-changing money. Here's the difference. The simple world is where simple people live. The compound world is where wealthy people live. So keep putting your money in simple things like a tax refund. See, the middle class gets taxed. Wealthy people defer tax payments. Let me break something down for y'all before we go. You're not avoiding taxes. When you defer your taxes and get your money up front, you create assets and investments that pay for your taxes. So you defer the tax payments so that your labor is not paying your taxes. Your investments are paying your taxes. That's called a tax deferment. You're not avoiding taxes. You're saying, let me find something else to pay you other than me. A refund pays you back, but you deserve your money up front. A refund pays you back, but you deserve your money up front. See, I didn't make this stuff up, people. Some of the wealthiest, most brilliant minds in the country I've been working with since I was 22 years old. I retired 25 years ago and have been blessed enough to work out of my house and learn these strategies. About 10 years ago, I decided that nothing's going to stop me from spreading this message, and our organization can show you how we and our team of experts, our bill negotiators, our enroll agents, our financial advisors, you're part of a team that's going to wrap our arms around you and show you how to start with this and carry it to a totally different level. Extra Digit, my 45 minutes of fame is up. Let's close out strong real quick. Raise your virtual hand real quick if you got a before and an after story that you want to share with all of our brand new people on what simply has happened to you since adjusting your W-4, and you may be able to even share how that helps you get out of debt. Raise your virtual hand for me. I need to see all y'all. I need to see all y'all. I need to see all y'all. I got one. I got two. I got three. I got four. I got five. Okay, here we go. Now they're coming on. Okay, new people, watch this. I want y'all to hear this real quick. We got ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna start with Miss Stalin. Miss Stalin, do me a favor. Take your mask off. You at home or you somewhere, take it off. You okay. All right. Miss Stalin, do me a favor. Talk to me real quick. What was your W-4 adjustment? What was your paycheck before, and what is it since then? Go.
Okay, so before I was overpaying $850 in taxes biweekly. They adjusted my W-4. I got back an additional $500 biweekly, so that's $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month. Now,
yes.
Do we go out and buy rims? Do we go out and go shopping? The $1,000 a month that the government put back in your check, 10 seconds or less, what you do with it?
I didn't do all that, but I did go buy my baby sister a car. I used that to buy my baby sister a car for when she went to college.
Nice. So the government basically paid for the car so your sister could get higher education.
Right.
I love it. How much back per month by filling out this form?
$1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month. Next, Miss Kim Whitfield, your entire household. I know your story. You lost some income due to relocation of a job. How did you make all that money back?
So I ended up getting $200 back into my paycheck because I was overpaying that much. I shared the same information that we're talking about right now with my ex-husband. He ended up getting $1,300 back into his paycheck. So now we're talking about a total of $1,500 between him and myself. For me, I took that money and paid some credit cards off, and that helped me, with everything else that I needed to do financially because of that $18,000 pay cut.
The $18,000 pay cut, you told the government to pay for it. You opened your home-based business. Now, real quick, quantify those bills that you paid off with the extra money. About how much cash flow, all those credit cards are now gone. What'd that bring back to you?
That's about $300 from the credit cards not having to pay a month. But when we're talking about in total, it was probably close to $6,000 that I paid off in that short amount of time. And it allowed me to use that money to buy a house, basically.
Got it. I love it because your debt to income ratio improved. Now you're a homeowner. Now you're building equity. Now the credit cards don't have all this interest over your head. That it all started with you filling out a simple form. Watch how many people will not fill out this form. Miss, who we got here? Miss Tyson, talk to me. Give me your 30-second version, your before and after. Let's show the new people what we're about.
Hey, Brian, you've been doing a wonderful job. Thank you. With my W-4, I got back $131 per paycheck. That's $262 a month. That's an extra $3,100 a year in my paycheck. I didn't even get that raise when they gave me a raise this year. I used that money to start paying off my debt. And what I've been able to do with that, my debt to income ratio went down, and I'm closing on my very first home on September 1st.
Come on now. So you becoming a homeowner building equity all because you switched the form.
That's right.
Did you work any extra hours?
No.
Did you ask your boss for a raise? Did
Did
you
the
need
one
some
they gave
overtime?
me wasn't as much as what I got back in taxes.
And some of y'all gonna get off this Zoom and still not fill out the form. Miss Edna, talk to me real quick. 30 seconds or less. What's your before and after?
My before and after is that, hello, everybody. I got $67 back when I adjusted my W-4 form. And I took that $64, I got it every month, and I paid some debt off. And it totaled $800 a month, but I can use $800 a month. So that's what I'm doing, paying off debt.
Now watch this. People miss this. Some of y'all so used to the bells and whistles and the razzle dazzle. When y'all heard 64 just now, you was like, oh, she used the 64 to make 800. I can tell by people who listen to numbers and don't understand what that means, what you know about money. If you got an extra 64, you can double down on things that are that's like overhead. And now she got $864 because of the $64. Miss
That's right.
Miss Edna, do you feel more free now?
Yes, I do.
Do you have peace of mind?
I didn't know I could get some money back, but with this system, this program, I was able to get some money back. I never was able to get back before.
Love it, love it, love it. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Hey, Mr. AJ, I heard you buying Airbnbs. I heard you got more than one property. Did all of this start with your W-4 adjustment?
Man, before I adjusted my W-4, I had never owned anything, right? So I adjusted my W-4. It put $540 a month back in my paycheck. I was active duty Army, which allowed me to eliminate $26,000 worth of debt, which freed up $2,172 per month, which allowed me to start buying homes. So I've bought quite a few now. So
now, what people miss about buying homes is that you're building equity for your children. So in a few years, you telling me, AJ, you can actually give your child a house that's paid for with cash.
Absolutely.
What you're telling me is God is not making any more land. So you've become basically a real estate investor by not overpaying taxes. And that little $571, you stretched into 4 figures a month.
That $540 a month allowed me to buy 4 to 5 properties already. So don't do it if you
all I'm saying is some of y'all gonna look at me tonight before we go, and you're still not gonna adjust your W-4, and you don't have to. You need to get with us so we can show you the entire system of how they're paying off debt. Buying homes, adjusting the W-4 is just the first step. Mr. Ivory, I heard you out there building, man. I heard you got your lake on the water. Your lake on the water. Your house on the water. I heard you got acres and acres. I'm so proud of you, man. Give everybody your before and after.
Hey, Brian, man, I appreciate it. Hey, before adjusting the W-4, I was overpaying taxes by $600. And the funny thing about it, Brian, is I was in the military for 24 years, and I only filled out the W-4 one time. And when I filled out that W-4, I got the advice on how to fill it out from my mother, like you were saying. And she told me to put single zero, and the reason was so I don't overpay the government and I get a refund. At 18 years old, I thought that was the best advice, she can give me to get some money back and not owe the government. But it cost me. And when I found out about the W-4 adjustment, when I filled it out correctly, it instantly, by my next paycheck, put $600 back into my pocket. I shared that with my wife, who put $800 in hers. So we cash flow $1,400 a month, $16,800 a year. And we used that money to pay down our debt. And then we snowballed it enough to where we was able to pay off a 30-year mortgage 16 years early.
Love it. Love it. What about the new home, man? You paid that one off. Now you're building your dream home. Am I right?
We're building our dream home now, Brian. Yes, sir. Hey, it's foundation is getting ready to be poured, and it's been nothing but a blessing. And like you said, it all started with taxes.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. Yeah. See, before I go, guys, I know what y'all thinking. Taxes ain't sexy. You didn't get on no tax seminar tonight. What you got on tonight was a cash flow webinar. What you got on tonight was lowering your biggest expense webinar. What you got on tonight was how to have an abundant mentality and stop getting robbed webinar. You didn't get on no tax webinar. And I think people don't understand that. What we got to do is tackle the taxes and get that out the way so you can get rich. So guess what? Here's the good news. Every night, not this wealth series I'm doing, I'm only on Thursday nights, but our crew of leaders every night, Sunday through Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, get with the person who invited you so you can get a complete perspective. My job on Thursdays for the next 5 Thursdays, August and a little bit of September, is to show you how we take the principles you learned during the week and we implement them to make you a 6 and 7 figure, have a 6 and 7, and ultimately, some of you guys are gonna have 8-figure net worth. So, homework assignment. Mark down your calendar and I'll see you guys next Thursday. That's number 1, right? If you like what you saw tonight, say I love it in the chat. If you feel like this is something that people need to see, put I love it in the chat because I'm gonna give you guys 4 more over the next 5 Thursdays. All right, so y'all loved it. Okay, I just wanna make sure I was talking to the right group. Now, starting Sunday night, today is Thursday, for those watching this replay. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a leader from Extra Digit is gonna pour into you like crazy and show you our entire money makeover and how to get one. Then you come back to me on Thursdays with more friends to show you how to implement the things that you learned Sunday through Wednesday. It's all open. It's all free. The person that invited you is going to give you the links. So why are you wasting time right now? Get with them. They'll give you some knowledge. We'll see you on Sunday night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central through Wednesday. And I personally will see you guys next Thursday. Have a good night.